Hi everyone, welcome along to today's video. So this one refers to draining down your central heating system for whatever the reason is, to renew radiators, to put inhibitor in, to clean it or whatever. The first hurdle you hit is the fact that the drain cock doesn't work. That little drain valve, you go there and it's jammed shut. And you think it's in a terrible place anyway. I really could do with one somewhere easier to work with. So to that end, I've also had a guy write to me and say that he's got a micro bore system. It's a shame. But anyway, now micro bore uses manifolds and a little thin pipe to go to the radiators. And obviously it can't put a drain valve on the pipe work because it's too small. So you can get the self-cutting drain valves, fine for 15mm pipe, which will get you over a hurdle, but they do look pretty terrible, but that's no good for micro bore. So he says, how can I drain my central heat system when my system hasn't even got a drain valve on it anywhere? That's a sticky problem, isn't it? Okay, so it seems a bit of a dilemma, doesn't it? It's not that bad, really. Okay, easiest way is out of a radiator on the ground floor. To that end, I'm going to take you over to a video, and what I put on the radiator to cure this problem from here on in is a radiator valve with a drain cock on it already. Now you may or may not like those, but if you put it on a radiator that's got the valve a bit out of sight, a bit out of the way, I don't think they look too bad. Here's the one I've put on already. That's it there, then they don't look too bad. And obviously from there on in you can drain your entire system from there. Now doing this system for combi users anyway, you have to kind of drain just one radiator out, that's all. Okay, so it's not too bad to do this, but F&E, if you've got F&E, you know what that is. It's feed and expansion. Okay, up in the roof tank you've got a hot water cylinder, not a combi boiler. Okay, if you've got that, then there is a little kit you can buy. I'll show you it now. So when you undo the radiator valve, no water will come out at all because it's completely sealed off. It's a bit like when you put your thumb over a straw, you know, and then you take it off, the water comes out. But if you keep your thumb over the straw, the water stays in there, doesn't it? Very similar, but just locks the heating system off. So for you it's a little bit easier. But anyway, let's get on with the video. First things first is just to turn the valve off. Just keep turning it all the way down to 0. Okay, once it's down there, she's off. And obviously the next thing is to turn the other end off. Make sure it's off, not too hard, just gently. It's the lock shield end, so once it's there, okay, and we're ready then. So next stage. Okay, one little pointer to remember, actually I should put this first, is to remember how many turns that you turn this lock shield off, because it's very important if it's systems balance that you turn the new one, when we get it, on the same amount of turns. Right, so if you turned it just once or twice, bear that in mind, and then when you set the new one, we're going to set it the same amount of turns. I know this one was only on a full turn. That's why I didn't worry telling you, but obviously yours could be different. Just saying, I should have said before we got to this stage, but no worries. Okay, next thing, best to drain this radiator because it will always keep dropping out the end, rather than persevering with it running out the end when we undo this valve. It's better to get the air out of it, let the air in, sorry, and when we open it up the other end, she should run. Now don't worry about it running. I've got a bit of rag down there, that will level off in a minute. As you can see, it's leveling down now. And now we're going to open this end and start draining procedures. So here's the valve we're going to change. As usual, I use 2 grips like this. One of the grips, one's a spanner. I set the one for the spanner on there, and the reason I use these as well is to hold against. Don't try and undo that without holding against, because you may buckle the pipe underneath. So it's very important that you have a pair of grips to hold against. I put them across the top there without injuring the top of the valve, put it on, and then turn this one upwards like that. Once you've done that, you can let go and we should be away. Now it'll be very slow. We've got to wait now because we're going to empty this radiator before we go too far. So the bit we've got to do now, as you can see it's running out, is
wait now for about 5 to 10 minutes, or however long or big your radiator is. It could be a longer time, it may be shorter. So now we've just got to wait till that's all empty. So we're at the next stage now. We've finished running out. We can now pull that out the pipe. It's all empty. There's no more to come out the radiator, and because this is switched off, there's nothing to come out. So next step now, obviously it's pointing the wrong way to do anything, so we're going to loosen this nut off now and turn the radiator valve round this way. So once again, it's grips on the old radiator valve. Okay, we don't want it twisted, because it'll only twist all around and it won't properly come off. So actually it goes anti-clockwise, so we need to have that on there and that on there, and just give it a twist like so. Alright, so that's loose now. We should be able to turn it easily once we've done that. Now once we've done that, you'll notice you get a slight weak there now. Now this is where you get a couple of options of what you want to do. Now you can tighten that back up to stop it weeping down below. Get the grips on there. Give it another little nip like so, and that's it. A couple of options you got. You can either find an old piece of pipe like this. If you've got this type of valve with a small thread, stick it in there, do that up, and stick a hose pipe on the end of this, run it outside, open this valve with the pliers, and you will empty your system. It will all be drained out, what you want to work on. And that is the safe option. Okay. Now if you've got the nut with the big, if you've got the big nut type of valve, then if you find one of these, take it off your hose outside. If you've got an outside tap, this is the little connection, and this actually fits on the thread of the big valve nuts. So if you've got the large nut, that will fit on, and once again you can just fit a hose pipe on there, open the valve and run the system out, and it's all empty. So if we turn that, Jane's got the camera today, back in, there we are, do that nut back up. Now all we've got to do is tighten the nuts up. Okay, remember that you turn this valve, the amount of turns off. So if it was once or twice, just turn this on once or twice, full turns, whatever it was. Okay, turn your thermostatic valve back on, or your ordinary one on. You can hear the air now coming out the top. Bleed the valve. There it is, it's all there. Didn't take much to bleed that. Bleed that off, and that's it.
Well, that's about it. Hope that was helpful to you, and catch you next time around. Derek and 33, usual place, all my stuff. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.